Hi, it's Alethea Thomas. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't checked in a while, and I'm so sorry I haven't. It's just gotten crazy this summer. I've had so much going on. I have had lots of child things going on. I've had lots of personal things going on. I've had lots to do, lots of work too, like physical work at work. So I just haven't really had the time to film. I haven't had the time to really read too much, which has been kind of awful for me because I really wanted to read a lot more this summer. But things are kind of starting to wrap up and smooth out, especially since the end of the kids going to school and then they started summer school. So things got a little bit easier. So anyway, I just wanted to come and film this really fast, just an easy video, and kind of share with you things that I've been doing, things that I've been reading, and just kind of send a nice little update to anybody out there that really cares. So we're sitting on the floor today. I just feel like sitting and being grounded on the floor a lot recently. I mentioned in previous video that I was having a lot of issues with some personal anxiety. Health anxiety was my issue. I was freaking out just out of the blue for no reason. I just thought something was wrong with me, like physically wrong with me, and there isn't. I'm fine. It's just in my head. So I've accepted that, and it's getting way better. I feel great recently. The last couple of weeks especially have been so much better, so much calmer for me. Basically, I have a lot on my plate and I was really stressed out. The stress was causing physical symptoms, and I was interpreting those physical symptoms as something being wrong, which it wasn't. It's just a lot of tension, especially a lot of tension like in my chest and in my neck, and it didn't feel right. And I was like, well, what the heck is going on? So all that aside, I went and got checked out, and everything is fine. So I've been concentrating on myself more as a result of that intervention, and speaking to a behavioral therapist. So that was really good. Best decision I probably could have ever made in my life. And just kind of working on myself now because of that. And so, yeah, it's going great. It's going really good. I don't have any major complaints. Sometimes I have days that are not so great, where I'll wake up and I'm just, today is not the best day for me. But lately, the last 2 weeks especially, I've had very few days like that. And the last 3 days, actually, I've had no symptoms at all. So I'm feeling awesome. I'm feeling great. I'm hoping to keep writing this for as long as I can, and just continue to do what I'm doing to make this easier, more tolerable, because the road to recovering from this sort of thing is not a linear thing at all. This is just not. You will have your good days, your bad days, and then you'll have a couple of days that are and then you'll maybe feel good again. You never know how it's going to be. I will probably deal with symptoms for a long time, maybe even for the rest of my life. I don't know. So we will see. I've probably gone way too long about that. I apologize. I'll edit as much as I can. One of the things that I have been doing lately, because this was kind of an expensive purchase for me, and I love it. This water bottle was $45 for a water bottle, but it's a really good water bottle. This is the BrewMate water bottle. I think it's like the, what is this, the BrewMate Echo or something? I'm not sure exactly which one it is, but I'll put it in the link. I'll put it in the links below or something like that. I love this thing. It's 40 ounces. It's big, but it's not bulky like a Stanley is bulky. It is really big though. It goes in all of my cup holders in my car just fine. But the best part is you have a locking feature. I don't know if you can see that too well. But if you flip this around, this top around to like that, it's locked and it doesn't leak. The Stanleys will leak. So this is great for me because I feel like this is like the Lexus or, something, really, really nice luxury brand of luxury water bottles. So I'm taking this around with me and I'm staying as hydrated as I possibly can. A lot of symptoms of, that your anxiety will interpret as something wrong is you just being dehydrated. And like headaches and body aches and things like that. So I got this guy and I was like, I'm going to be hydrated. I'm going to stay hydrated as much as possible. I did kind of a similar thing while I was pregnant with my kids. I would take this gallon jug of tea, but it wasn't filled with tea. I just emptied it out. And I would put water in this thing and I would make myself drink the entire gallon jug in a day. That just to keep myself really, really hydrated. Which may have been too much water. I don't really know. But I drank as much as I could. But this guy helps me stay hydrated all day. And I try to get 2 of these down a day if I can. So I put little stickers on that just to kind of keep myself, reminded of, everything will be all right. That's kind of holographic. And just a little holographic cat sticker because I just think it's cute and cool. I'll put the links to the stickers down in the description below too if you're interested. And it keeps ice cold like all day long, 24 hours. It's an amazing thing. I've kept this sticker on here so I can remember how to use it because I really only had this for a couple of weeks now. And I have a feeling I'll forget how this works if I don't leave the sticker on for right now, but I will take this off eventually. But I just think it's really cool and I wanted to share that. Okay, so another big thing I've been doing is journaling. These things are so cool. I got this one from Barnes & Noble, actually. I ran over there. It is an MD notebook made by Midori. And they have 2 versions of this at Barnes & Noble. You can either get grid paper like this. Hopefully that comes out well. Or you can get lined paper. I actually wanted the lined when I initially went to go pick this up, but they didn't have the lined there. They just had the grid one. So I got a grid one, and I actually like it a lot. It's really cool. The Midori, this costs, I think, about $15 or so, and it's small. It's a little guy, and it's kind of pricey for such a little notebook. But I have found in journaling recently that I don't need a great big, a big journal. I started out journaling with a really big journal, just to write down my feelings, how I physically felt, just to kind of keep track of how the week was going. I would kind of write down what was going on during the day, my observations, my feelings, that kind of thing, how my stress was doing, and just kind of affirmations, things that I felt like resonated with me as far as affirmations go. Reminders to keep breathing, concentrate on the breath, try to be grounded, try to be in the moment, that kind of thing, to just kind of help me, remind me how to get myself out of an anxiety state and into kind of more of a level set, grounded kind of a state. So it's been really great. One of the other things I kind of was doing was, as I was doing some research, and mindfully doing research, not crazy research like Googling. This was going to actual resources, Anxiety Slayer podcasts, resources that my behavioral health specialist would recommend me to go to, like actual publications, that kind of thing. Do not Google. If you have anxiety of any kind, get yourself off of Google. Just do it. It will save your brain. It will save you. I kid you not. You just don't want to go down the Google rabbit hole when you've got, especially health anxiety, because every symptom equals something awful on Google. You just don't want to do it, so don't do it. But I would take notes from official sources and kind of notate in my notebook too. And I've been journaling for the last 2 months now, and it has been absolutely fabulous. If I don't journal one day, it feels weird now. So, like they say, it takes about a month, 3 weeks, maybe a little bit longer to establish a habit. And I have definitely established this habit now, and I'm glad I have. It's a fun habit. I enjoy it, and it makes me really pause and think about my life, because I was basically in this state where I was like, get up, go to work, get up, take the kids to school, go to work, do work, come home, crash in bed, and just not really live my life. And I think that was really causing me the most stress. Actually, was just not living my life, just feeling like I had to live and only do these certain things every day and not take care of myself. So I've broken that, which is fabulous. I think it's really good for me and really good for my family as well. I've seen a lot of benefits all around, really. And journaling has definitely helped with that too. The really fun part is now I have gone down the paper rabbit hole. So the Midori paper is really great paper. They also, on Amazon, they didn't have this at the Barnes & Noble, but I was able to get this clear case for it so it doesn't get all beat up. I keep it in my purse, so this is a really great size for that. I think this is like the A6, A5 maybe? A6, I think. I don't know. I'll put it down below too. And then I got down the pen rabbit hole because I do like to use fountain pens. But I'm kind of picky about my fountain pens. So this is the Kaweco. It is fully brass. It's a fully brass pen, and the cap screws off like that, and it's very portable. I love it to death. It is sort of an expensive fountain pen though. This guy cost me about $75. That didn't include the shipping. It came from Great Britain, actually, is where I ordered it from. And let me see if I can get the actual name. It's German. It is a German pen. And it comes with this nice little box. I'm using the box right now. All the parts of the pen came in it, but I'm using the box right now just to hold my cartridges. You do have to buy ink cartridges for this. It does come with a cartridge that you can fill yourself if you want to. And you can fill it with any color ink you want, any type of ink, and then you can use it in the pen. I think it's really cool. I don't have the full name of this. I think, oh yes, it's the Kaweco Supra. And the other interesting thing about this pen is that this center section here can come off. So you can adjust the length of the pen if you want. I like the full length. I like the weight of it a lot. It was really heavy the first time I started writing with it, but I've gotten so used to the feel and weight of it now that I just absolutely love it. I like to use a medium nib. I don't like a fine nib because I feel like those are way too scratchy for me. But the medium nib is just right for me, and it has a nice ink flow. So I absolutely love this. So I walk around with these in my purse like all day long. And I like to keep my backups in the purse too, just in case I need it. Haven't had any issues with the pen either. So this is a fabulous pen. I absolutely love it. The other fountain pens I've used, and I've used for a couple years now, are the Lamy Safari pens. I have two of them. One I have a fine nib on, and the other one I have a medium nib. So you can imagine the medium nib one is actually the one I like the most and I use the most. The Lamy pens are great. They're a nice cheap option. They're like $20 at the most. And the refill cartridges are also fairly inexpensive. I think they're like a couple of dollars for like a 10 pack or something on Amazon. Very, very cheap, very good pens though, very reliable. I've had no issues using those if you use them correctly. Just a nice pen, very lightweight, good ink flow. It's just a very good starter pen. So if you're ever interested in fountain pens at all, I would definitely start with that one. So I could go down the fountain pen rabbit hole for a while, and there are YouTube channels out there that are far more educated and way better than I am about fountain pens. So if you're at all interested, please go down the YouTube rabbit hole on fountain pens. It's a fun little adventure, but I'm very satisfied with especially this Kaweco. It's great. I love it. I love it to death. So yeah, that's kind of the interesting stuff I've been doing outside of reading. I've also been crocheting. You all have seen a couple of the crochet projects that I've worked on. I just finished a shirt recently. Maybe I'll share that the next time I do a video. I don't know. But one of the other things I've been doing is I've been learning to actually hand spin yarn on a spindle. That's been really fun. I love doing it. I think it's really cool. I got something called a Turkish spindle, and I've been spinning yarn with the Turkish spindle, but I'm not really ready to share that kind of yet. So I will share at some point soon. But not right now. Let's just get to the books for right now. I was going to not participate in a book reading this last couple of months that actually started in May, but for some reason when I sat down and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, I really do want to do this group read for The Lord of the Rings. The Game of Tomes book club is hosted by Emma and Caroline Reeds on YouTube, and they were planning on doing reading the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I've read it before many times actually, and I was like, I don't know if I actually want to read Tolkien again. But I was in this place where I didn't want to read anything that was really challenging to me, or didn't want to read anything that was frightening or scary or gruesome, or made me think about death a lot, that sort of thing. And so after a while I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and pick up Fellowship of the Ring again. I'll just read that one, and then we'll call it good if I don't feel like going on to the other books. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, I forgot how good Tolkien's writing is. And, it's been, gosh, let me think. It's probably been 7 or 8 years since I've picked it up, but oh my gosh. So I beat feet, sped read, I don't know what to call it, but I blasted through the Fellowship of the Ring so fast, and just loved every minute of it. It was so good. My poor paperback copy of this has just gotten so beaten up. I picked these up at a garage sale not too long ago, but this poor thing, I have archival tape somewhere, but I need to tape that down. It looks really bad. In fact, it's so bad I'm actually considering buying new copies because this is so awful. But read this one, so good. Oh, I love it. I forgot how refreshing and how beautiful Lord of the Rings is, and especially the Fellowship of the Ring. I think the Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite. Just Frodo and Sam, and going through the Shire at the beginning, and the Shire itself, I think, is just wonderful because it establishes the world of the hobbits themselves and how idyllic it really is. It's almost like the Garden of Eden in a way. And then Frodo has become chosen to be the ring bearer by fate, by accident, whatever you want to call it. and that he and his companions then venture on into this wider, greater world that is full of evils and corruption and, mystery and folklore and all of these things. It's just so good, and just the epitome of the hero's journey. So good. It's so good. Anyway, I could just go on and on. It is so good. And I want more high fantasy like this. And I have yet really to come upon high fantasy that is like this. Not even Brandon Sanderson. For some reason, Brandon Sanderson has not been able to capture me like Tolkien has been able to capture me. And it's kind of tragic to me in a way. So I'm looking for another author very similar to Tolkien. And I really wish I could write like Tolkien, because if I had such a vivid imagination, I have a pretty good imagination, but I'd love to be able to write like this and just produce beautiful, beautiful masterpieces like that. I'd love it. So finished Fellowship of the Ring. Now I am in the middle of the Two Towers because I have, again, blasted through this. This is probably 2 days worth of reading right here. And I am about halfway through the book at this point. We have defeated the Isengard. Yes, we have just defeated Isengard. The trees destroyed everything. Merry and Pippin were smoking that good weed. And finally with Gandalf and Legolas and Gimli. So we haven't seen what's going on with Frodo and Sam yet at this point in this part of the story. So hopefully, if I remember correctly, we catch up with Frodo and Sam pretty soon. Yeah, because we get introduced to, well, we've already been introduced to Gollum and Smeagol. But we have not, part 2 of, which is book 4 of the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, is when we catch back up with Frodo and Sam, and then we meet Gollum with Frodo and Sam at this point. So anyway, halfway through that, and we're going on vacation next week, so I fully expect on the trip out to Colorado, I will be finishing this on the way, and then once we're actually in the mountains, I will be in The Return of the King, which should be really, really good, because I will be in the mountains, and we will have Return of the King, and we will have Frodo and Sam struggling through the mountains of Moria. And is it Moria? But anyway, struggling through the mountains. I forget which mountain range exactly. But this poor thing, oh my gosh, look at how beat up this is. The front cover is basically going to fall off of that, if you can tell. That's so bad. I think I'm going to have to run a strip of tape all the way down that. It's really bad. But hopefully it will hold up enough for me to just finish it, and then maybe I'll retire this poor book. I don't know. We'll see. But I've gotten into such a Tolkien mood that I did not own a copy of the Silmarillion. So I went ahead and got a copy of the Silmarillion. Try to say that 3 times fast. Because I never read it, and now I want to, because I'm a Tolkien fangirl at this point now, and I want to know the history of Middle Earth, and all of the Middle Earth stuff is in the Silmarillion, and I cannot wait to read this, because I think this is the only one that I have not read. I don't know if there was other Middle Earth material than The Hobbit, the trilogy, and then the Silmarillion. I don't know if there was more after that, but I'm also thinking maybe I'll take The Hobbit along on the trip, because The Hobbit has the best parts of the Elven lands in The Hobbit. I think that it's gorgeous. I remember listening to it many years ago, because I hadn't really listened to this one before. But I think that this one will be really fun also because there are mountains in this one as well. So we'll see how that goes. But yes, I'm inundated in Tolkien right now, which I don't think I could be happier, to be honest, because it's so beautiful and refreshing, and it is the standard. It is the standard for all fantasy. Tolkien wrote this at a point in recent history anyway, where people were not really writing books in fantasy realms. You know, that just there wasn't an audience for it really at that point. So I love this, and he set the standard for it all, and I think it's wonderful. Other books I'm considering taking on vacation with me, just you know, as a TBR, Where Angels Fear to Tread. I'm taking this because it's paperback, it's short. I did start reading, I'm like 21 pages into it so far, and it's June, and I figured this would be a really good summer book to read and to finish. And it's my bag. I know it's my bag. I just haven't really taken the time to sit down and read it. But look at this cute little bookmark that my daughter made for me. Isn't that adorable? I got that one for Mother's Day. I may have shared that already, but I love it. But Where Angels Fear to Tread, for sure. Going to read it, going to finish it while I am on vacation. That is a goal I am setting for myself. Another book that I wanted to go ahead and read, I feel like I've got so much fantasy going on that I needed some literary fiction to kind of help balance me out a little bit, but I wanted to go ahead and do Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence. I read the first couple of pages, and I know I'm going to love this. I loved Edith Wharton's Edith Wharton's Ethan Frome. I loved Edith Wharton's Ethan Frome. I know I'm going to love this. So I'm hoping that I will have some time, especially once I finish Where Angels Fear to Tread. I'm not touching this until Where Angels Fear to Tread is finished. That is the deal with myself. And then because I have been reading the Anne books and I need to continue on, I have Anne of Ingleside. This is when Anne is an adult, and she's got 5 kids apparently. So maybe I will draw some inspiration from Anne in here and see how she deals with motherhood, because it's hard. It's hard sometimes. So I like to see how Anne from Anne of Green Gables likes to deal with her kids. And then the final book I think I'm going to take on vacation with me, because I got this from the library. It is Starling House. I did start it and read the first couple of chapters in it. Like, I'm on chapter 3 now, and it was really rubbing me the wrong way when I started this about a month ago. And I just wasn't in the mindset for it, but I think I'm in a better place now. And I think that this would be a really good story if I give it the chance. So I'm hoping I'm past the really dark parts of it, and I'm hoping that it will lighten up in chapters, and also hoping that I can handle it if there's more dark stuff. And if I find I can't, then I'll just put it down and forget about it for now, and then maybe borrow it later from the library. But I know that Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte liked this one, and I kind of like a lot of the stuff she likes. So we will see. This is probably more found family, and I know that our main character girl goes to work at this house called the Starling House. And I think the family, or the person that lives there, is kind of a quirky, doesn't get along with the neighborhood kind of a person, and might be a little bit considered dark and scary. So I'm kind of interested to see how this one goes. We'll see. But anyway, that's the plans for, especially while I'm on vacation. So I should have a pretty good time in June. I hope that you all have enjoyed this check-in. I know that it's just been really random lately. Life has been pretty random lately. It's just how it is. And I'm going to try and do some filming while I'm on vacation. So you might get A 24-hour readathon is what I was thinking about doing while I'm on vacation. I'll just time it on my phone. You might get a just read along with me kind of a video or something. Who knows? I haven't 100% decided yet. I've got some time though. But I want to get this out before I go on vacation anyway, just to establish this baseline, I suppose. But yeah, so I think that's about it. I hope that you all are doing well, and I hope that you are having fun on your mini reading adventures, and we'll check in really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.